Too much of my time watching this video series. And now looking at Terry Stone. Oh, I just need your gate, Terry Stone. I really do. Essex boys. Well, the girls now. I shouldn't be putting boys in there, but that's what we know them as. Essex Boys, the movie. Sean Bean. Bill Murray, 2 first names. Charlie Creed Miles, 3 first names. Alex Kingston, King, not Queen. Tom Wilkinson, son of Mancode. That's not what we're looking for. We're looking for the Essex Boys real life Essex Boys. There we go. These are the ones I'm looking for. Images. So, there's my 3 first culprits. Major problem with Pat Tate. Instantly, where's your trachea, me dear? Same with Craig Rolfe, same with Tony Tucker. Where is, if that's a man, where is his Adam's apple and his trachea? I've got a problem with the arching eyebrows, just a skin hanging over the eye, look, not bone, just skin, like a woman's. I can see that's a girl anyway, those soft eyes. So the story goes, they were led into a field in a Range Rover by Mickey Steele and Jack Holmes, if that's how you say it, and then were gunned down. Firstly, none of these people die, I don't care what you say. None of them die. We're led to believe whatever the stories say. I've got a problem with these two, look. Look how close together her eyes are. Same with this one, look. Arching eyebrows, close set eyes, long top lips on both of them. Look. This one, look. Do you know that? Who does that look like? Luke, you should get this. Who does that look like? Minus the scars, it looks like a film star. Who does it look like? Oh, that's uncanny. That is uncanny. There's some great pictures that reveal who they are without any gates. Pretty simple. So these are basically the English, modern day English Goodfellas. Have you ever seen the film Goodfellas? It's a gangster movie based on another load of American flip-flops. None of it happens. It's all made up. It just keeps all the normal people in tow. Bob Hoskins, yep, from the Good Friday, Bob Hoskins. Right there. They've both got close set eyes. Let's go back. I don't know who they are. Who are they? Real life rogues. Not real life rogues, eh? Well, you are actually. You worse than rogues. You're demons. Let's go back. Right, the Essex girls. Let's have a look at them again. Tony Tucker, absolutely female. Arching eyebrows, soft, chocolatey eyes. The pink lips, the Cupid's bow, the long top lip, the high set ears, and the lack of any Adam's apple. Tell me I'm looking at a woman. Same with Pat Tate. I've got close set eyes. Not quite the arching eyebrows. Or Rolfe. But still widest in the hairline and not in the cheekbones. We've got a sloping jawline to a pointed chin. When looking at the human skeleton, we'll just move that one over there. It's the woman that has a sloping jawline and a pointed chin. Men have square jaws. What does that look like in 3D? I can never find a picture when I want it. Come on now. Where have you hid them skulls? Oh, that one will do. Wait, there. Bink. That'll do. Right here. The male has the much bigger, squarer jaw. Women's are more rounded and slope inwards. Rounded eye sockets, and they get these 2 lovely dimples. The yellow dots right there. See them? The males get blue and red because we have deeper suborbital ridges. Ridges. Easy for you to say. Let's come back. And that's exactly what I've got here. I've got a sloping jawline, pointed chin. You see, they believe it. Look, Does that look like a man to you? That definitely isn't a man. That one there, Nigel Benn, boxer. 2 first names. Nigel Benn. Is it 2 N's? It is. Former professional boxer. This is a girl. As above, so below almost. Look at the close set eyes, the high set ears, the big striking 5 head, widest in hairline. Again, no trachea, no Adam's apple, and nipples are wonky and necrotic. Look, I got V-shaped clavicles. Beautiful eyelashes as well. Nigel Benn walking. If you don't believe me, all boxers are women. But there we go. Nigel Benn images. Where is he? Dark Destroyer, they called him, didn't they? Oh, that's the daughter. No, that's Chris Eubanks. Chris Eubanks in full mince, look. Nigel Benn's #1 opponent. And there's Chris Eubanks' daughter with a broken leg, look. Flamingo foot. Given away by the way they walk. I'm sure I better check Nigel Benn actually while it's on here. Back file. H's file, right there. Nigel Benn. I should find it. Right, away it goes. Whilst it searches Nigel Benn, where are your gates, Nigel? Nigella. Again, Chris Eubanks is also a girl. Eggheads. Both of them got close to eyes, small faces, look. They've both got small faces, female skulls. Nigel Benn, come on, come on, come on. Where's your gate? Have I got a Nigel Benn? I don't know. I must have. Nigel Benn. 1 gate. 1 gate! There's 1 gate for Nigel Benn, apparently. I can't believe that. He's one of England's most famous boxers back in the 80s, 90s. And there's no gates for her. Let me try Street real quick, because that's where the gate is on my mean. Street. He's wearing a suit. That's it, right there. Game over. Nigel Benn, feet at 4 and 8 o'clock, knees twisted outwards, suit too big. There's the male husband, the mail order bride. That is the only gate for Nigel Benn, believe it or not, but it's a peeler. It's an absolute peeler of a gate. Of all the gates you could have given me, and there's at least 4 different types, that's the best one. Nigel Benn, I can't find any other gates. I'll tell you what though. We'll repost Nigel Benn because I know that won't be there. Nigel Benn, 2 first names. Let's get rid of that. Let's come back to where we was looking. Essex boys. So Nigel Benn's a girl, 2 first names. What's Tony Tucker? The FTM lot, subcutaneous laser fat. Remember, this is a bodybuild. Both of these are bodybuilders, right? Massive 18, 19 stone gangsters, apparently. Women, 18, 19 stone women gangsters who are pretending to kill themselves. Right there. I love this picture. Look at the size of her, the width of the hips, the shortness of the arms. Look at look how close they get. That one's on some. That one's definitely dropped something. She's off her tits. Look at that. She looks like a rabbit in the headlights. They're really close set eyes, by the way. All 3 of these are women. There's Pat Tate. Remember, these are all massive bodybuilders, look. They take these pictures of these women with these... Look, that's a tiny little arm. No matter how... Look at the V-shaped clavicles. No matter how they portray these people to be, look, this is him in prison. That is one hell of a curvy spine you got there and a big rumpus. Patricia. Oh, and then Craig Rolfe on the bed. Where's Rolfe on the bed? I did see it just a second ago. Where's that? Let's go back a couple of pictures. It might come back up. Right, where were we? Oh, yeah. There's the same person again. That's a bouncer off her tits. They're both bouncers. They're both off the tits, lot. He looks like Popeye. Just need to put a little pipe in there. And there she is as a bouncer. There's something very wrong with this face, look. The open eyelids, look. Not closed in by a brow bone. Remember, you don't get to walk alongside Nigel Benn, professional boxer, unless you're in the game. There's a nice picture of Pat Tate's female face, look. This was meant to be the worst one. Wide hairline, no cheekbones, female smile, soft eyes, beautiful eyelashes, and that pointed chin yet again. Let's go back. Oh, there's a nice one with them all. So, right here, you can see Tony Tucker's got a pair of titties, look. That is a big female, I'm telling you now. That's a big female. Carlton Leach, the foot soldier. And then you got Nigel Benn between them all. Right, there they are. All three of them, look. Oh, 3 women with the baps out, look. 3 women with the baps out. But there's the main one. Tony Tucker, 38. Sometimes acted as WBC super middleweight champion's minder at big fights. Ben said it was very tragic. Bullshit. Liar! Nigella. Let's go back. So this one, Carlton Leach, is the foot soldier. This one is from the Hammers, the West Ham, the ICF, the Intercity firm. This one is a football hooligan, really famous. Now this one, who's this lot? Your eyes are just look too close together. There's Terry Stone. There's Terry Stone. I want your gate so badly, you skinny bitch. Let's go back. Carlton Leach we're looking at quickly. So this is from the ICF. Oh, I've never seen that before. Who's that? Carlton Leach, right there. Look at that one's a woman. Starters, sloping shoulders. She looks womanly, look. Female Bigfoot. Definitely a woman. Close set eyes. Old chubby chops here with the arms akimbo, look. Knees are separated. And I've got a diamond there. And the shoulder tilt. Those 2 things should not be there if you're a man. This picture's what cracked it for me. I was just like, erase the tattoos, and what I've got there is a fat woman, basically. Am I rocking that mic? How's that mic rocking? I don't know if that's going to interfere with it. Oh, my sofa's touching this shit. There we go. Right, now I'm not touching it. It was this picture, and I was like, they look like mastectomy scars there and there. Just not big enough. All the stories I've read about this person and watched the movies, Carlton Leach one. Oh look, he's doing Jesus. This person plays Tony. Look at that 5 head, close set, rounded eyes, the long top lip of a woman. Terry Stone, he's got no stones. It's a woman. If Terry Stone's a woman, he played Tony Tucker, and these two fell out, and I sat and watched it earlier on, this interview between them, but it's all so... It is though. Anthony Joshua, look, the big girl, really big girl, bigger than this girl, look. What do you want me to say? You don't become famous and stand next to these other flip-flops unless you're in the club. And there's what we're looking for. How many times have we seen this before? By the rivers of Babylon. And all the West Ham fans going, no, that's what West Ham fans do. Yeah, no, that's what they've made. Just like they've made Scotsmen wear dresses. They're kilts, Peter. No, they're dresses. You can call it what you want. It's like trying to tell me that these two are men and I know the women, right? It's the same principle. The truth is that all of these stories that made up all the boxers, all the bouncers, all the doormen. Look, that's a woman. Look at the size of her hips, shortness around. She's a big woman, yes. But she's a woman. That's a boxer. She's a woman. Look at that dude there with the big feet and the big the size of her hand. See, before, I'd have been jealous. Movie stars living the life in Ibiza with some chick in a bikini. And now with forensics, I am like 2 fat chicks faking a life in Ibiza with some dude in a bikini. God's got a brilliant sense of humour. He really has. Is that the wife? Let's have a look at the wife. He's got a big arm, hasn't he, that fella there? Look at that meatball. That is a big fella right there. That one there. He's chock-a-block. Is that Andrew Tate? That's a fake Andrew Tate. There's the wife. Let's have a look at the wife. Well, we're done. Look at that sloping jawline there. And then look at the big mouth. And then look at that diesel. Look at that Essex girls. They've got huge chins. Someone explain that massive chin to me. Here's the football hooligan. And there's a diesel. And the mastoids, look. The mastoids of a man. Big, thick mastoids. Thick brow bone, look. Look at it, kicking in the corners. We're done. Carlton Leach is a girl. I did do Carlton Leach earlier on. Quickly, I'll come back and I'll show you the gates. It was off the video I was watching. I was just like, oh my gosh, even the foot soldier. Hello, Anna Sousa. How you doing, darling? It was off the documentary. I was watching. I was like, you a girl? Oh my gosh. As soon as I saw it, it was the arms akimbo that were doing it. I was like, why are you walking with your arms out like that? And you can see it, look, curved away arms, short arms as well. The full mince, the flamingo foot, and then the broken diamond. Trying to walk like a man, but the legs will not allow it. What's it like pretending to be a male football hooligan? I don't know, you'll have to ask Carlton Leach. We did Jason Mariner from the Chelsea Headhunters, just the same problem. Right, where were we? Carlton Leach, let's go back. Egghead versus Blockhead, look. And there they are together. Terry Stone, absolute tic-tac. Carlton Leach, not quite the same. She's still got hair, otherwise you see the crowning. But she's still widest in the hairline. So is Terry Stone, who's got nose. I want your gates, you frog-eyed bitch. I really do. But this one plays Tony Tucker in the movies and The Rise of the Foot Soldier. This one plays that person. You just have to go for a few of these. But look, widest in the hairline. Dial M for Masons. Pink lips, small dentures, soft eyes, no brow bone, small ears, subcutaneous layers of fat. You just have to go through the pictures and you start seeing them one after the other. That's Jason Mariner, look. Absolute Popeye arms, look. I'm strong to the finish because I eats me spinach. She doesn't look tough, does she? Look how wide her hips are compared to his shoulders. Absolute pear shape. You got no chance. It's the close to eyes I was laughing at, though. The small mouth. I'm looking at a fat little tubby football hooligan. Little women that like fighting, apparently. I don't know what all the real football hooligans are going to think when they find out. I've got no idea. Right, anyway, Carlton Leach is a girl. There is, again, Tony Tucker. Look how close together her eyes are. The pair of them. They're both big, muscly women. 18 stone women. There they are, look. But an 18 stone man is... There's just such a degree of difference in upper body strength, I'm telling you. Right, let's get rid. Next, Nigel Bent, girl. So we're back to the Essex girls. So Tony Tucker, with his tits out, is allegedly Essex's #1 gangster. There he is with Carlton Leach in Ibiza or summits. Widest below the crotch, look. There, look. That's where she's widest. Even though she's got big shoulders and big arms for a woman, because she's jacked up, a Q line still kicks in, doesn't it? Is that another one there? Oh, we're done. Titties! That's Tony Tucker with absolutely female shoulders. Look at the sloping neck and look at them tiny little shoulders. She looks big. So does Pat Tate. So does Carlton Leach. But it's a faux pas set of muscles. It's not solid muscle. It's not male. Craig Rolfe in bed. Look at that. It's a woman. All day long, that's a girl. Deep philtrum, Cupid's bow, pink lips. Bright eyes, burning. And a chin implant. All day long. This was the third one. Craig Rolfe. Unfortunately, there are only like set pictures of them like this. Where it's all just, it's contrived, all of it. Explain who's got the bigger smile out of those two. Who's got a wider cannonball head? It's a little blonde there. Pat Tate. And again, the big face male is here, look. Draw a triangle. It looks, do you know what that looks like? You better speed it up. You better slow it down. Bucks Fizz looks like Cheryl Baker. Wider smile on the woman, look, than Pat Tate. Pat Tate's a gangster with a sloping jawline, rounded chin, and the solid jaw male there with the far apart eyes wins past that. Look at the size of that one as well. Look, close set eyes, Tony Tucker. Don't know who that is. Pat Tate, Sarah Saunders, Sarah's Anna Whitehead. Well, I don't know which one's which, but you're both fucking dudes, that's for sure. Look at the state of them two. And Craig's a girl. Craig's a girl all day long. When's the last time you had a picture taken in bed like that, Peter? Never! Never! Because I'm a dude. I'm a dude. Absolutely, again, with the V-shape, soft clavicles, small shoulders, wonky titties. No, I've seen more meat on a sparrow's kneecap. And the soft eyes of a woman. Again, wonky soft eyes, but there you go. So, the Essex girls, it's a load of nonsense. It really is. They made movies out of this. Loads of movies out of this. Jack Holmes. I've got a problem. How deep's your philtrum? How deep is your love? How deep is... Massive. I think a meteor Mr. Moon and came and landed on Jack Holmes' top lip look. High set ears. Again with the arching eyebrows. He looks a bit like... I can't remember his name. I want to say Bob Hoskins again, but it's not. It's someone else. Sloping jawline, see again. And there they are. 3 FTMs, look. Small teeth. That reminds me of the Jezebel, that one. Small teeth, close. That's Terry Stone. I want your gait so badly, Terry Stone. And I can't remember who that is. Oh, Marlon. Someone. It's another FTM. But there they are. 2 FTMs. Look at those eyes on Craig Rolfe. The 2 FTMs, played by 2 FTMs. It's all a big show. None of it's real. The reason they put these stories out is that they run the drug scene. It's that simple. Right, the Essex girls, done. They're all girls. It's a shame I can't get gates on them because they're all brown bread, allegedly. But there are no videos. It's a shame there's no videos of the actual Essex girls walking. I can only go off skulls. I can literally only go off skulls. And I know, without a shadow of doubt, that that's an egghead. That's an egghead with a chin implant, and that's an egghead. I've been doing this so long. The Essex girls, thanks for playing CSI. Who's another English gangster? I was thinking earlier on about him. Dave Courtney. Come here. DC, Devil's Child. 2 first names. And bowing the knee to the court, the royal court. Courtney. Dave Courtney. This one hung around with a craze. Got lots of stories about being with a craze. He literally has... Well, he's dead now. She's dead now, but... a house that's built like Buckingham Palace in it. Is this the one? I'm sure it is. Gangster! My ass! That's the gangster right there. He's the tough one. I'm telling you now. Brass diamond knuckle duster. I don't care what you're wearing. That thing there would knock the living daylights out of you. It's huge. On the teeth, on the mouth alone, I fail thee. The deep set far apart eyes, the soft eyes of a woman, the flat five head. Dave Courtney, absolutely no jawline and chin look. But he's old, he's fat. No, even when you go younger, it just becomes more of an egghead. You understand? The younger I go, the more... Telly Savalas. It's Kojak. Stick a lollipop in there. Dave Courtney, absolute egghead. Close set eyes. She's got big ears for a girl though. And there she is, with hands in pockets, because she's got short arms. Dave Courtney. I fail thee on the husband, if that's the husband. I can't remember if it is. I think it might be. Girlfriend lifts the lid on the softy gangster. You mean the bald-headed gangster with a one-slice toaster? Dave. Oh yeah, look at this. Turned up to court dressed as a jester. Look at that beautiful flamingo foot. Dave Courtney is a woman. Problems with all the men, or so-called men, in black around her. Again, showing her allegiance. Wearing the gold chains of Babylon all around her neck. There's the house, look. Look what the house was like. It was self-proclaimed shrine to herself. The house from the outside's even worse. That's the inside of the house. Imagine what the outside of the house looks like. We'll have a look in a second. Is that another dude? Dave Courtney with his daughter, yeah, with his son, with the big thick clavicles. Look at that big thick indent there. Look how fat mummy is. He's got a big... Why is he... MTFs! They just draw their eyebrows on to create arched eyebrows, look. Shave it all off and then I'll draw it back on. It don't look like you drew it back on, honestly. His daughter, shut up, the size of that head. The eye difference as well fakes it. We're done. Dave Courtney with his two sons. Her two sons. Oh, look at this. One big girl and a little fat girl. Now look, when you grow a woman 7 foot tall, Nelly, what's Fury? 6'9". When you grow a woman 6 foot tall, her face, it is bigger than Dave's, but it still remains that same ratio. If you put a man next to that, the man's head is gonna, the eyes are still gonna be up here somewhere on a man. Much shorter forehead. Dave Courtney. Courtney Palace. There it is, look. There it is. He's getting better, look. I bet no one told Dave to come and take his flags down, did they? Oh, maybe they did, look. The police turned up. Come, you got to take your flags down, Dave. Pew, pew. Gunfight at the OK Corral. Is that a young Dave Courtney? Oh, it is. What's wrong with his nose? It looks like he's got Inspector Clouseau nose. Look how small the face is. Sloping jawline, pointed chin, no trachea, no Adam's apple. And she's full mincing. There's another one. In line. And whoever that is, that's another gangster, innit? Charlie Cray, that's the Cray sister. Look at her tightrope walking as well, look. They're all tightrope walkers. I still can't believe how small Dave Courtney's face is there. What's on the end of a nose? Is it Alame or something? Am I missing the point here? I can't see. I've got my new glasses on. I still can't see what it is. We're done. Dave Courtney is a girl, look. If I can find some more walking pictures. Oh, that's nice. Small feet, look. With diamond. Walks like Charlie Chaplin. Dave Courtney opening the knees. Look at that knee. Stair fail. It's coming up the stair. She has to open a knee coming up the stair. Look. Is that Jodie Marsh? Oh, it is. Jodie Marsh, Dave Courtney. Lord forgive me for I have sinned. I thought it was a girl, I really did. Look at that body now. I think I'm going to be sick. Let's put Walker in quickly. Dave Courtney, walking. Oh, is that Dave? Oh, I thought it was a wedding day mince then, Dave. It's not you, though. Well, that's a lovely pink silk suit. When's the last time you wore a lovely pink silk suit, Peter? You might as well end up in your wife's pyjamas. Oh, pink salmon silk suit. Oh, if only I had the money. Not! Right, Dave Courtney. I can't find any more. I've got Dave Courtney. I think I have. 1 second. Dave Courtney. Dave Courtney. Search. Come on, Dave. Search. Is that Dave Courtney there? It is from Broken Leg. No, that's not him, is it? That's a broken leg, though. Oh, it is. It is Dave Courtney. Forgive me, it is. I thought that was a hat. It's actually the back of his bald head. Out shopping with his dad. Dave Courtney. Who's that? I don't know, but they've both got close set eyes. He looks like Jerry Springer's bodyminder. Phil, what's his name? Dr. Phil. No, not Dr. Phil. Steve Wilcox. The copper. Dave Courtney with Diamond. What's going on there, Dave? I like the velvet suit. Who's your tailor? Django? What's he doing at an Indian wedding anyway? He didn't get married to an Indian bloke, did he? Did he marry an Indian bloke? I never knew that, if he did. You've got big cheekbones, haven't you, love? Let's go back. And it's still not showing me it. Right, Dave Courtney. What's the back file saying? Oh, we've definitely got Dave Courtney. Let's add you to the Twitter list again. Seeing as old Twitter has ghosted everything. Dave Courtney. Oh, the gates are from IQ. Dave Courtney. DC, Devil's Child. Dave Courtney fails forensics. Who else is English gangster? I can't think. Oh, Decker Haggy. Annabelle reminds Decker Haggy. Heggy, that's the one. Actor. I like the way it says actor. Should find it. DECCA. Just happens to be doing a triad claw. Images. Again, bare knuckle boxer. I just got problems. Where's your muscles? What's going on here? How come your shoulder? He's got the shoulders of the Hulk and the arms of a schoolgirl. And they hang akimbo, look at them hanging akimbo. I don't know what I'm supposed to say against that, you know. FTM's, apparently it's a big hard boxer. Wouldn't show that to him. I would say it to her, of course I would. If any of them pulled up in front of me, I'd just drop my glasses onto record and I'd call them out. I'm telling you, it'd be on this channel the same. She's got missized, wonky titties. till the cows come home. Look at that mastectomy scar. Look at that mastectomy scar. The first thing I noticed about Bruce Lee, the first one I ever saw was Bruce Lee. And I noticed that Bruce Lee's nipples were wonky. And one boob was bigger than the other. And I thought, the only place I've ever seen one boob bigger than the other is on a woman. You don't see it on men. We have absolutely symmetrical pecs either side. We don't get wonky nipple, and we certainly don't get one breast bigger than the other. We never get one pec bigger than the other. Who's that? Oh, it's Decker Heggie. He's got a wide face for a girl, wouldn't you say? Let's come back. Decker Heggie. There she is. Fuzzy Wuzzy was a woman. What do you mean?
Was there or wasn't there a woman? Fuzzy Wuzzy was a woman?
I told you. Fuzzy Wuzzy was a woman. Fuzzy Wuzzy was a Decker Heggie. Right, Decker Heggie. Right there, game over. See you, Decker. First picture. Thanks for playing CSI with us all, though. It takes a little bit of practice, I admit. But once you can see past what they've done with women, it becomes apparent, really apparent. It reminds me of Eddie Hall there. And again, the sharp A forehead, the small ears, the close set eyes. Look at those beautiful eyelashes again. And the sloping soft jawline. It's just a woman on testosterone. And she's given away by the way she walks. Game over. Decker Heggie. And bear in mind, this is one that does bare knuckle boxing. So the top of the bare knuckle boxing tree is run by these people also. Otherwise, Eddie Hall and whoever else wouldn't be able to fight in bare knuckle boxing, because you'd put them up against real men. I'll tell you what I did see. And I was looking at the gate. I was absolutely monitoring this gate. Where is it? There. Let me drop that one in here. So I think it's the leader of the EDL, Paul Golding. It's a big girl, Tommy Robinson's girlfriend. They're all here just to cause unrest and divide between people's colours. If any of the videos are true, all the stuff, peeing on the trains and crapping in the streets and stuff, if all that's true and it's actually happening for real, yeah, that cultural difference is not going to work, is it? But this was Paul Golding. Now I'm looking at this person's gait and I've got a big space there, look. He's turned in and over. Again, he's stepping in front of someone there. It's the next set where you really get to see him. That's Paul Golding. But this looks to me like it could be a real big Asian man. Bigger than Paul. And they have this altercation. And then this one. This one is definitely a woman. Without a shadow of a doubt. But because of the blurriness of this, it just... If it was recorded by them, it would be in HD, wouldn't it? You know it would. They want all of it. This seems like it's a real confrontation. They've caught this twat coming out of Curry's and they confronted him. And again, I'm seeing male gait lock, space between the feet. Not on this one. On this one I see space. On that one I don't. Again, that looks fit. That looks flamingo-y though. It might just be the size of him. No, he's definitely a space look. But this one doesn't have the space. But I think this is a real confrontation, and she cacked herself. When that coat comes off there, she's in them doors and gone. I'm out of here. Because that one there, the second one, is a woman. This one is definitely a woman. This one I'm not sure. I reckon this could be a real Asian man from the Asian community who doesn't like the things that this person's saying. I wonder how he'd react if he knew it was a girl that he was talking to. When all the world knows what they are, they're not going to be able to go shopping or anything, are they? They're going to get called out. Everywhere they go, they'll get called out. I wish the governments did have white hats and all this stuff, but I think all the white hats is contrived. Well, I think they control all narratives. I only put my faith in God, not in man. Men tell lies, and the skeleton tells the truth. Just remember, forensics always tells the truth. People lie, forensics doesn't. Decca Heggie, it's a girl. They're all girls. It doesn't matter who you get me to look at. I can't find a real man in boxing. Look at the size of those hips. The shoulder. There's just something very wrong with that picture, isn't there? He literally looks like he's had his body compressed. Long leg, short body. He literally looks like he's had his body compressed. She looks like she's had her body compressed. And where have we seen this before? Yet again, by the rivers of Babylon, praising their God. Decca Heggie, backfile. What have I got in backfile? There he is. Have I got Gates? I have got Gates. Let's put Decca Heggie back up there. Decca Heggie.